Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Patrick Aiken. Patrick Aiken is a comedian and he's from Phoenix, Arizona in USA. So let's see what Patrick has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Hello Patrick, how are you?
I'm wonderful, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much. Thanks for taking the time to do this interview with me.
Of course. So the room my desk is in is very boring. Is this okay? I tried to
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The whole world is gonna see this. The whole world is gonna see this. So I'm like, oh god.
How's been your Valentine's Day so far?
It's been quiet. I slept in. So yeah. Not much going on. So I'm trying to think of funny dramatic posts that I can make online about me being single. So
Ooh. Welcome to the club.
Yes, thank you. Happy to be here, I guess. Yeah.
Right, Patrick, just before we start the game, just tell me, where are you from?
I was born in Yucaipa, California, but I live in Phoenix now.
Right, and how long have you been living there for?
Actually, 2 days ago was my 12-year anniversary.
Ooh. What's the best part of living over there?
You know, it's, I'm always cold. Like, I'm cold-hearted, cold-blooded. Like, for real, I'm always, like, in summertime, it's like 110 outside, and, like, I go inside, people keep the indoors at, like, 60. I love thawing out outside. I'm like a lizard, basically, a reptile, as I described. So, I like the heat. I don't mind it. Honestly, Phoenix, you can fly anywhere pretty inexpensively. You know, you can drive down to Mexico to go to the beach or to California. You can go up to the mountains and you're in like forests and beautiful hiking areas. Like you can get to anywhere quick and inexpensive to have like whatever kind of life you want to live, truthfully. So I like that. Not many places like that, you know?
Good. And just before we start the game, just tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're a comedian, you've got a podcast show. So tell me about...
Yeah, so I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary of being a stand-up comedian. I kind of just stumbled into it and I always wanted to do it and wasn't sure how it would work out. But then the opportunity came, I went to it and then just kept going back to it and people kept coming to see me. I'm very fortunate. So outside of that, I play a lot of sports. I play tennis, kickball, flag football. I play guitar. I like to ride my bike a lot. I like playing chess. I'm a big chess nerd. Played chess my whole life. I don't know what else there is to mention. I feel like that's here's Patrick and a quick little, like, here's all the things I like to do. I guess that answers the question, so.
Who is your favorite tennis player?
Favorite tennis player? I would say Roger, easily.
I love him. He's
my
favorite at all time.
I mean, yeah, obviously Venus and Serena are amazing too, but
yeah.
Roger, see him out there and it's like, man.
Actually, I love tennis because of him, actually. I think he's the best. He's the king of tennis.
It's like, I'll go on YouTube and just watch like just random reels and compilations of just amazing serve plays and just mean stuff. Like how, like he can get up the ball in any inch of that court that he wants and just his full control. He's an artist. I mean, to me, it's like, he's an athlete, sure, but it's just, the whole court's a canvas and he can do whatever he wants, no matter who he's up against. And it's just like,
Serena as well. Serena Williams is the same.
100%. She's beautiful. Yeah. She's powerful. Yeah, I'd love for her to kick my butt at tennis someday. That'd be like a dream come true, you know. So, yeah.
Right, Patrick. So welcome to William the Magic Box.
Ooh, we made it.
Box here full of random fun questions. Okay. So I'm just gonna play I play some music now, just for us to get in the mood before the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah, please.
Let's do it. Right, Patrick, ready for the first question?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. The first question is, what's something not many people know about you?
Something not many people know about me. I am not prepared for these questions at all. That's a great one. I feel like I've thought about this recently and I was trying to come up with a good answer for it, but I come across as a very confident person, but I mean, I don't stay in that the whole time. Like when I'm up on stage, like I handle it, I make it happen and things, but leading up to it, like there's a lot of times where I'm second guessing myself. I'm very nervous. You know, am I cut out for this? Should I be here? All those doubts and questions come into play. And I think that surprises a lot of people when who I like kind of let closer to me, and they kind of see, like they talk to me and there's, oh really, you're concerned about the show next week? Like you've been killing it, you've done all these things. And I honestly, I'm like, it's a journey to get there, and that would surprise a lot of people, I think, that know me well.
I'll tell you something now. When I invited you over, I've been inviting random people I know, like the same way I invited you. And sometimes when I invite people, I don't look properly in their profile. And when they accepted my invitation, and I go through, and when you accept my invitation, I look through your profile, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? He's so confident, he's doing this, he's been doing that, and I'm gonna be so intimidated by him, like when they did the interview.
I'm not intimidating. I don't know. I can't believe that, but thank you. I think, is that a compliment?
It is, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's go for the second one.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, Patrick, before the second question, tell me a little bit about Cobalt Comedy Hour.
Yeah, the Cobalt Comedy Hour. So that's the second show that I've ever been in charge of hosting or producing. It's the first and third Wednesday of the month in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Cobalt is a wonderful gay bar in Central Phoenix. It's the second show that I've done. The first one was at another bar called Los Diablos. We called it Hell of a Laugh at Los Diablos. It was a lot of fun. The owner of that bar took a chance on me. He wanted to start doing a show. He's like, I saw you doing a lot of comedy. Do you want to put a show together? And we came up with it, and it was, I mean, I say this humbly, it was very successful. Comics loved performing there. The crowds kept showing up. The bar was great. The food and the drinks were fantastic at the bar. But unfortunately, with the pandemic, that bar closed. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. And so there's a lot I can go into with that. So when that word got out, the owner of this bar, a good friend of mine, Jeff Cobalt, he's like, hey, I heard about Diablos. When things open back up, if you want to bring your show over here, we'd love to host you. We have different options. We host a show twice a month. It's a lot of fun. I book all the local comedians. We'll do one headliner and 4 featured comics, and they do 12 to 20 minute sets. So you get they get a good time on stage. You go to a lot of other comedy shows, and some comics are doing 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But when you give someone 12 minutes, they can really stretch their legs and feel their set, and you kind of see a more genuine side of them. They don't feel rushed to get through the hits. They can lay more of the groundwork for a full set. I like seeing that part come into play. So I love it. I love producing shows. I love hosting shows. The turnouts have been wonderful. That's the show. I love it. I wish the whole world could see. We should learn how to stream it, honestly.
Good. Very good. Next question is, what makes you a unique person?
What makes me a unique person? What if I say I'm not a unique person? What if I just say there's thousands? No. What makes me unique? I think my perspective on a lot of it's kind of what my comedy derives from. It's a lot of it's very perspective based. If I take things that everybody looks at commonly, and I'm just like, well, let's look at it from this angle. Like, for example, I talk about swimming. And I ask people, do you know what swimming is? Do you know what you're actually doing when swimming? You're fighting for your life when you're swimming, okay? If you're out there swimming and you just stop swimming, it could be over. That could be it. Now, does that not put some kind of more stress on swimming? But that's really what it is. If you're out there, if you're in the water and you just stop swimming, what happens? That could be it. And so I think I'm not the only person, I'm sure, that would look at it and think of it that way. But I think it's very uncommon, and that's the challenge of trying to be a good comedian, is you take things that everybody can relate to. Everyone knows swimming, but bring something new, bring something fresh to it. And so I decided to say, well, look how dangerous it is, because you're actually just fighting for your life. I make it dramatic. And so I don't know a lot of people who would, a lot of people just laugh and react because they're like, I've never thought of it that way.
It's true, actually. That's true. You're right.
Did I just ruin swimming for you? You're like, does that add to the anxiety of it? So I'd say a lot of the perspective that I offer on things, it seems to be unique.
Very good. Very good. Another question. Let's do it.
Okay.
for the next question, tell me, what's the most challenging part of being a comedian, in your opinion?
I mean, staying fresh, staying on top of new material, especially when you're doing well, you get booked a lot. And I like the busiest month I had 10 shows, and you still want to stay fresh. You want to stay with new material, but also when you can't do new material every single show. If you're putting up that much stuff and it's quality, then you're going to be the next big thing. And no one starts out that way. They work their way to get there. So I really struggled with, it's not my fault that I'm getting booked 10 times a month. Like, it's okay to recycle material or add on to it or try and do it. And if someone chooses to see 5 of your 10 shows that month and they hear the same joke again, that's not my fault. Like it's good that I'm getting out there, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I think that's where the challenge comes from. Is like it's coupled with the pressure of, well, you're an artist, always be creating, always be inventing. But I take it very seriously, and so I definitely want to offer new things, but I don't want to offer things that aren't quality yet. So it takes time to like write the good stuff and form the new subjects, because I can write ideas for days, but only the good ones make it through. And so that's I think that's the most challenging thing for me, at least.
Okay, right, Patrick, next question is, what does your best friend do that comforts you the most?
He's very reliable in his like quirks and his personality. I don't know, like I love my best friend's Luke, and I adore him. He's really good people. He's, I guess maybe the word's predictable, I don't know, but it's cool because he's a genuine person. He's very positive, he's very honest, he's good at being vulnerable. And so like he and we share a lot of like just deep conversations, but I always know I can count on Luke for certain things because he's very easy to be around. He's very comfortable. He's the captain of our kickball team, and like he's reliable and consistent with just how he carries himself. And I don't know, I adore him. Like we became like instant best friends, and before the pandemic we'd hang out several times a week and just do whatever. And we have like an ongoing list of just inside jokes that we think are hilarious, and nobody else gets them. Like when we die, someone will stumble upon these lists and be like, what were they talking? These guys are insane. But Luke and I will just we'll get down to like the 5th or 6th one, and we're just bursting at the seams laughing, just remembering like the moment that this was there. I don't know, we're just so in tune, and I think that's because of just like, I know what I'm getting when I get with Luke. He's not unpredictable, he's very consistent, and he's wonderful.
Very good. Ready for the other one?
Yes, let's do it.
Tell me, when did you realize that you say, okay, I want to be a stand-up comedian?
So, of course, it started with the TikTok. So I watched this TikTok like years and years ago about this guy who talked about how he hated being in college because he felt like, college is just a bunch of hurdles. And so he cleared them, and then he got out and he realized he was very unhappy afterwards, like worse than he was in college. And so, and it took some reflection. And then it just dawned on me one day. I'm like, every night before I go to bed, I look back on the day and I think, who did I make laugh today? Just in conversation, or just being present, or online. Did I post something funny? Was there a funny status I did or something? Because no one is mad when they're laughing. No one's upset. They're like, oh, I hate that guy, he's hilarious. Like, no one says that. Because people, if they're laughing sincerely, like, that is joy. That is sincere positivity. And so when I realized like I have a thing for doing that to people, and that it really like lifts me up, knowing that I'm helping people just laugh, I realized like I got to figure out how to do this more. And so I'd always thought of weird things and weird ideas, like the swimming perspective, and I'm like, what do I do with all this? And then I stumbled upon an open mic and tried it out, and then people kept calling me back. And so I knew I wanted people to laugh. God, that was probably 2014, 2015, but I didn't get on stage until 2018. So there was like that 4-year period of me just thinking of ideas and trying to see how do I become funnier online and stuff, and then really got serious when the opportunity.
Next question is, what is your lucky number, if you have any? And
so I always... Okay, lucky number. I like the number 2. That's so boring. but it's
why I like number 3. Always 3 is my lucky number. Why it's boring?
I don't like prime. Well, 2 is the only even prime number, but I hate like other prime numbers. I don't like them. Like 11 and 13 and 17. No, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 47. Oh, don't get, these are all hideous numbers.
17 is my birthday. 13 is my lucky number.
I'm naming all these numbers that you're like, I love these numbers. That's funny. So my lucky number's 2. 2, I don't know. It just, I say this being single on Valentine's Day. 2 is a great number, and I don't have it. But, you know, 2 like they say math is the language of the universe. Well, 2 is the building block to that. You know, like a bit is, you know, a pair, 1 and 0, and that builds the whole digital realm that we have. And all these, like, I don't know. I see the number 2 and like balance, it's even, it's the building block to everything else. So I always think it's funny. Like lucky number, I get it. It's 2. But when people say like, what's your favorite number? And they'll say like, it's 9. And I'm like, of all numbers, of every number, how many numbers are out there? Like, of all the audacity to say that one's your favorite out of all the numbers, why not 900? Why not 9 trillion? Why, you know, like, why? It's just, the concept of a favorite number was always silly to me, because I'm like, there's always a number that should find your number, you know? It's so funny. Like, do you know how to count that high? You know, like the highest, no, you don't. You don't, you settle. Your favorite number, you're settling every time, I guarantee you. So.
I'm gonna remember all the time. Like someone asking me like about a number next time, I'm gonna say 3 trillion, and they go like, "Why is that?" I'm gonna go like, after this conversation I had with Patrick, we had like a conversation about numbers. You know, he made me see the numbers in a different way.
And see, that's another thing about perspective, like numbers. You know, I talk about numbers. Something people are like, everyone knows about numbers, but I'm like, why would you settle? You're always settling when you pick a favorite number. It's so funny. Sorry, I ruined the replay.
No, I love it. I just love it. Another question, Patrick. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, I would like you to tell me a little bit about this joke on your YouTube channel, the gayest dog. Oh my god, I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, that's funny. I would encourage anybody to go watch it. That is one of my best jokes. It's so fun. Gay audiences love it, straight audiences, everybody seems to enjoy it just because it's so over the top with the voice. Honestly, I don't remember if there was any inspiration. I don't actually know a dog with that name. Should I spoil it? I don't want to spoil the joke if people are going to go watch it.
Don't spoil the joke. Okay. No, don't spoil the joke.
But you know, I've never met a dog with that name. I've seen the dogs that I'm describing, and they just look really gay. They look very gay. But then, so I thought, like, how do you make that even gayer? You give it a really gay name, and so a name that has like a list in it, kind of like, it's just, I think. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious, and that I used that joke early on, and I'm like, you know, I could have a Netflix special someday with that name. So I know. I was trying to think. I'm like, what? Every gay in Phoenix owns a dog, except for me. And so, like, I don't know, I like doubling down on just how gay it is and making it just over the top. And then I add the voice, you know, the accent that I do to it. And it came together really well.
I think I'm enjoying the show so far.
Yeah, this is fun. I appreciate you having me on here. This is good time. Keep it coming. I hope you got me sweating here, you know. It's a hot seat. Right.
Next question for you. What's the best and the worst of being yourself?
Emotionally, when the people try and date me, this is the worst. I'm definitely, I don't want to say I'm not present. It's very hard for me to be available. I am a tough nut to crack in that sense of like just getting in, and I don't know, like I have a lot of walls. Like, I'm definitely an extrovert, and I'm very, you know, on stage I put myself out there, but when I know that something romantic is coming and people try and get close to me, I'm like, good luck. That's what I tell them. I'm like, if you could do it, great, because no one else can, because I'm insane. The best thing about me, that is tough, because I'm never one who's going to like toot my own horn in that sense, or, you know, and to say that, you definitely need some good self-awareness. But I know that I have a gift for making people laugh, and then it comes from the right place, the right motivation of, I just want to help, honestly. Like, I know if you're hurting and I can make you laugh a little, like, that should help. And end of the day. I feel like I'm just here to make people laugh, honestly. Like
on your normal days, like you always like making jokes. You always like make something fun out of anything on a normal days.
yeah, absolutely.
And how about those days when you're the tough days when you're feeling down or sad for some reason? How do you put it out? Do you people who knows you, they can see that you are sad or something's going on?
I hide it really well. I'm definitely, and like if I go up on stage, I mean, depends on, I mean, I haven't felt like that low in a while. I mean, everyone has bad days and I'm pretty good at moving on or brushing them off or drinking too much. But I think, like I go on stage, I definitely leave it behind. Or if I need to, I can use it to motivate me.
Sorry.
But no.
Are you sorry?
Yeah. That's a good little.
No, about drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I handle it really well. Literally handle, like I handle a vodka. That's how I handle it. But I don't know. I think I forgot the question. I definitely.
No, sorry, it's my fault. Right?
You okay?
No, you're saying that.
I'm glad I made you laugh. That's good. That's good.
No, but you're saying that you hide very well when you're sad, and you can hide it very well.
Because I'm very dry and sarcastic at the same time, and so sarcasm is a beautiful tool of comedy because you can use it like in political satire. You can use it to draw attention to things, make fun of it, but it's also going to make people who normally wouldn't have noticed it look at it, and they're like, "Oh, that joke's funny, but wait, what is going on here?" And so I definitely use the same thing with sarcasm. Like I'll make a joke about if I'm sad or depressed. I joke. I put out a Twitter poll last year of what's your favorite wine to take with Prozac, and my therapist was like, well, you shouldn't be having wine with your Prozac, Patrick. And I'm like, obviously that's the joke, but why not? Let's put up Moscato, let's put up Merlot, a Cab, and like and a Pinot Grigio, and just see. By the way, Merlot won, but it's just funny, like the baseline there. Like obviously, okay, I know this is wrong, but I'm still doing it. But I'm like, what about you guys? What are you drinking with your Prozac? I thought it was hilarious, and so like that's kind of an example of just I use that sarcasm to be like, look, yeah, I'm having a rough time. I take medication. Everyone's depressed, especially the gays, especially the comedians. But let's have some fun with it. Let's make some light, and then like knowing like that people are laughing about it. Perfect. That's all I want. That makes me feel better. Like when I get off stage knowing that I made a lot of people laugh, that I killed it, like I'm on cloud 10. Fuck cloud 9. That shit's for the week. Cloud 10, looking down on it. Like you cannot knock me down because I feel it puts me in the perfect headspace of knowing I just had an amazing show. Everyone loved it. Like, I kind of ranted.
And I got so distracted now that I even forgot if I asked you a question or not. I didn't double check if I asked the question.
I just kept going. Sorry.
Right, Patrick, what's something you always want to do but you're scared of?
I mean, the easy answer is skydiving. But the good answer is I know that if I really want to pursue comedy like full time in the United States, I gotta move to LA, New York, or Chicago. And that like if I'm gonna get serious about it, it's like, all right, go do it. But it's a huge risk. And do I have what it takes? I think I'd do pretty okay. Like I would struggle, I would get through it. And I just turned 30. And so like to kind of try and restart or pursue a dream like that, it gets, the longer you wait, the harder you make it for yourself. So I should just go tomorrow, but it's a pandemic. Like there's a lot behind that, but I'm definitely afraid of everything with that. Cause I'm sizing up the whole sacrifice and the commitment and what that is. And it's intimidating and it's scary.
Let me ask something. I think 3 years ago, I went to New York. It was my first time in New York, and it just was a dream to go to New York. And my best friend, he lives in Canada. He lives in Montreal, and so we met. He went for work in New York, so I went to meet him there. And I went to see a stand-up comedy show for the very first time in my life. And I, of course, to be honest, I was a bit scared as well because I was so scared that the comedian would pick on me for some reason. I was so scared, like, oh my God. But it was exciting at the same time as well. But my question is to you is, so you think about Chicago, New York, they're the place where the most of the stand-up comedy they are like where everything happens is there, like the majority?
Yeah, especially a lot of like the television stuff. You want to get on shows as a comedian, like, you know, TV shows and stuff. It happens there. You know, and there's a lot of opportunity other places, but you know, if you're going to get serious about it, that's how you're going to get noticed the fastest. That's how you're going to network with people. I mean, it's just ripe with all that stuff. It's very competitive too. But I think, you know, if I'm going to go for it and if it's going to work for me, probably what I got to do just to find out, honestly. So
I got another question for you.
I feel like I should hold things too. I feel like I'm missing out. So here's my Apple keyboard and mouse. I don't know.
Where is your magic box? You're gonna ask me a question then. Do you need to have a magic box by your side?
I know it's Valentine's Day, but it's not this kind of show. Okay.
So where the flowers? Is Valentine's Day? Where the flowers there?
I know. Well, you know, that's the.
It's getting worse. It's getting
worse. Go
worse.
to my OnlyFans for that. I'm just kidding.
Send me the link afterwards, okay? By the way, what's your OnlyFans? What's your
I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's, you know, it's only.
Too late.
What are
Too
these?
late. I think you're testing. I think you're testing if I knew it. By the way, next question is: what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
My idea of a perfect friendship. I don't know. That's a good one. Let's think about it. Let's unpack that. So, I'm the guy that loves talking on the phone. I know like that's becoming like more and more taboo for some reason because people can't do it, but I will cold call my friends and I love doing it. And like the ones that are here to stay, like they answer, they're like, you're the only person that calls me. I'm like, I don't care. I want to talk to you. Like, figure it out. I don't know what to tell. Like, I'm driving and you're not doing anything, so talk to me. I just love that because people get like, I can text them all the time too, but you know, I'm not going to tell you a funny story over text. I don't want to. I just want to call you or whatever. But I think someone, I don't know. I'm going to mess up this answer. I've done pretty well. I just like having friends who I can rely on. I take really good care of my friends. My friends mean the world to me. Like, I'm definitely an extrovert. I draw my energy and my power from being in social environments, but I don't surround myself with bad people. I have a lot of wonderful, amazing people in my life. I'm very fortunate. I would put my friend group up against anybody else's because they're all genuine, they're strong, they're beautiful people. In the, not just the physical sense, but just in general. So, I don't know. Best friend, just poor friends, poor Luke. He's gonna be watching the interview. Poor Luke. I'll be like, oh, he's great. He's got. You should follow his Instagram. I don't know what it is off topic, but his arms are the size of my thighs. It's insane. He works out a lot. But like, he's also he's my best friend. I love him. Sorry, I'm gonna stretch.
Bored. You bored.
I don't know.
You're bored.
No. My shoulders get weird. Wait till I yawn. I don't know. Best friend. I really sucked at that question. That was terrible.
No, I'm not right or wrong. It's just your point of view.
That definitely was just not a great answer. Answer the phone. That's all I'm saying. I guess. Just answer
the
phone. That's all I want.
I'm trying to update dating. Too late. I'm gonna put the part when you said when they don't look nice. You know, when they look nice.
Yeah.
I'll just put that. You're terrible now.
Yeah, great. People talk about how superficial gays are, and here I am, just like, well, if you're not attractive, I don't want to be your friend. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying.
I'm gonna use this part as well. This is the only bit you said. Now I'm gonna put together.
Yeah. I have plenty of friends who are hideous. No, that doesn't help either. Never mind. Damn it.
Next question, Patrick. Next question. Next question. What's the funniest gift have you ever received?
I don't know. All my friends are pretty boring with gifts.
Again?
I say my friends are those people, then I just sit here just dragging on them the whole time. Funniest I've received? Oh, I'm so sad I don't remember anything like that. So I'm weird with gifts. I want people to give me stuff. I don't want to give stuff. Like, I'm just not going to answer this question is what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you all this way. I can't think of one, but I would just say, like, I definitely would, I kind of like sign a mutual agreement with everybody in my life where it's like, look, I'm not going to give you a for your birthday. You're not going to give me for Christmas or your birthday. Because the only thing that I want from you is that thing of yours that we can share together, and that's your only thing I want. It's like that is genuine. People will just say, "Here's, I want to be with you. I want to spend time with you." But we'll, oh, I got you. Here's a set of butcher knives. No, I don't want that. Why would I? No, I have knives. Thank you. So I don't know. I didn't answer your question, but I kind of turned into a positive thing. So.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'm not gonna get away. I'll get another question for you. Not gonna get away. I'll get another one for you.
I'm not like avoiding a question of like I know the answer but don't want to say it. I really can't think of anything. I'm sure people give me, I don't know, like they give me alcohol because like they drink a lot.
Never mind. I'll get another one for you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's not the first guess. There's questions people go like, oh my god, I don't have an answer for. So
I'll message you on Instagram in like 3 weeks. Be like, I thought of it. I'm going to watch. I'll just be like, oh yeah, in 1998. I mean, like, something that's funny to me now. In 5th grade, the only thing I wanted for my birthday was the Aaron Carter CD, and I didn't know I was gay at the time. I hadn't decided until the year later. But it's a joke. It's not a decision. But like, you know, they were definitely signing back. I'm like, Mom and Dad, y'all should have known that something was coming when I was just like, look, everyone's getting scooters. I just put goddamn Aaron Carter CD, please. Here for the party or whatever it was called. That's so stupid.
What 3 things you want to be remembered for?
On the spot question. I got to think about it. 3 things I want to be remembered for. Honestly, I think how reliable I am. Honestly, I'm a very reliable person, and that's huge, and that's becoming less and less common with people.
You're very reliable when I ask you for the interview. You're very reliable, so I agree with that. Good.
So, you know, in our experience, about 100% of the time I've been reliable. Is what you're saying. That's a good score. I'll take it. I think, you know, for my sense of humor, obviously, like I want people to remember, like, Patrick, he made me laugh, he understood me even when I was low or whatever. Like if people think of me and think of funny or jokes or comedy, like I hope that makes my life. That means I did my job. The third thing, I don't know. I try and I don't know. I'm bad at this like self-reflection stuff, which is great that I did the show, but I don't know. You're like, I'm not gonna air this. This is so boring. I think honestly, I like helping people a lot. Like I volunteer at different groups in Phoenix. I like helping friends move or help them with this, or you know, my friend is doing this roast event soon, and he reached out. He's like, hi, I got asked to be on the dais, but I need help like writing jokes or making things that are funny, and like I'd love to help you. Like honestly, I'm just a very helpful person in the sense of like people need help. It makes me feel good about myself when I'm helping others. So hopefully that answers the third one.
Good, very good, very good. Right, I have 3 questions left for you.
Okay.
Ready? Like finally, yeah.
No, I'm just like, this is great. William does not send you the questions ahead of time, for the record. Like, they're just coming out of this box left and right, and it is magic. I don't know. Yep, there it is. Oh, God, I'm not ready.
Oh my God, I'm scared. All the time you pick up something else. I'm just wondering what's going to come up next.
Next is the butcher knives. So that's it. Just start juggling. Here they are.
Each question. You give me an idea now. Actually, next time when I invite someone and this person walk in the circus, I'm gonna ask, can you do like something different between each question, something like out of the ordinary?
You're welcome. And it started with Patrick. Let's just remember who set that tradition. So,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. No, it's okay. I'm in charge of the editing again. You know, I can always skip this part. Next question is, what scares you the most about your future?
The uncertainty. Like, you know, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is like, you know, even you make plans, you know, sometimes the universe is like, that's cute. Not that I don't believe in a God or anything, or the universe really, but you know, I think making plans is it's optimistic, it's good, it's organized, but nothing's guaranteed. Nothing. And I think, does it scare me? A little, but at the same time I love it for that.
Of course. That's what makes it interesting. Absolutely. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not knowing makes it interesting. What not knowing is a powerful place to be.
Because I don't have like, I'm aware of it, but I'm not like anxious about it. You know, it doesn't hold me back. I'm still going to make plans. I'm still going to fill my calendar. and we'll see what happens. That's really it. Like, only so much in your control. I'm not going to dwell on something that I'm not in control of. You know, I just recognize it, but I'll keep going.
Very good. 2 questions left. Your lucky number 2.
We made it. Yes.
Next question is, what's the most romantic thing someone ever done for you?
So the guy I was last seeing, it came from a good place. It did not pan out well at all. So there's this, in north of Phoenix, Phoenix is a desert, obviously. If you go up north a couple hours and you hit beautiful forests and it's a whole different world up there. It's wonderful. It's a place called Flagstaff. And so he's like, hey, Saturday, you know, your day off, we're gonna get up really early and we're gonna drive to Flagstaff and I have a surprise for you, because he knows that I love Sedona and I love it's hiking there, and so we basically went to this hike. So we get out of the car, it's cold, it's freezing, it's literally like 30 degrees here Fahrenheit. Do you guys use Celsius? I don't know what you use over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know what that's in there, but so like we get out, it's cold, it's fucking cold, and like so I'm like, okay, well I don't love the cold, first off, and then we have to hike like a mile to get from parking to the place, which isn't far. A mile, I don't know how many kilometers that is, sorry, but I'm trying to like do all this conversion right now. I'm not prepared.
Don't need to.
I just thought this, and so it's far enough. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna put subtitles.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you should translate below. That's what. That would be funny. You should do that. So like we have to hike, and so we get up there, and the whole point is like it's this beautiful lookout. You can see all like the ridge of Sedona from the north end and everything. We get there, and it is foggy. It is so you can't see.
You're a joke, you're serious now.
This is a real story. I can't see 15 feet in front of us, and so he's like, I'm so sorry. Like I got you up early on your day off. You know you hate being in the cold. I kept telling you to be worth it. And it's just like I don't have it, but I took pictures. I remember of just like, oh, there's the beautiful Sedona lookout, and all you see is like 2 trees and then just gray everywhere. Oh. It's just funny, like how much we put into going there and making that happen. And it was like, because if it's off-roading, you off-road drive for like an hour and then you hike for an hour, or no, excuse me, a mile. It was just a lot of time, and like by the time we're done, like we're starving, you know, and it starts snowing while we're trying to get out of there. It got really cold, so like I had to find a place to put air pressure in his tires again to get it back to where we get down the hill. Like it was just funny. I'm like, well, this did not pan out at all. It was very romantic. Like the thought was very nice. Like I would have loved it. I liked, like I knew what it meant, what he was trying to do, and that I didn't overlook that. So that's what comes to mind.
That's why That's why you guys broke up.
No, he just stopped talking to me.
Right, ready for the last one?
Yes, the last one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We are getting too private now. Yeah, we're getting too private. Before the last question, Patrick, tell me what's the best audience you ever had, like a memorable one that's for you, like, okay, that's it's remarkable.
The best audience, I mean, I did Pride in 2019. That was huge. That was so fun. Hundreds of people, and that was a lot of fun. Like the crowd was great. I had a lot of friends show up to support me. It was also very intimidating, but that was fun. There's this club on the west side here called Stir Crazy Comedy Club, and there's a radio host who hosts a comedy show at the end of the month on Sundays called The Manic Hispanic. And so and he invited me to a few of his shows, and he has like the best crowds. Actually, that's the show that you saw on YouTube. It's from that show. And that crowd, I mean, the crowds he always has there at that club, but even at other shows I've done at that club, they're amazing. There are plenty of great crowds around. All the crowds that come to my shows are wonderful too, like the ones that I host at Cobalt. I remember you just go in there and the energy is perfect. Everyone is just like, doesn't matter what you joke about or what's going on. They're with you. They're gonna laugh with you, and it's so much fun. So the crowds at the Crazy Comedy Club, always a little step up, for real.
By the way, you mentioned about this YouTube channel I was looking, but the Star Uber, it was one of the best as well. We talking about the Uber situation with the guy.
You didn't like that joke?
No, I said I like it. It was really fun.
Oh.
It was really fun. Like,
Yeah.
God. I was expecting. I know where you live.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that makes sense, because I really did get that. So like that transaction didn't happen, but I really did get into an Uber who had a perfect rating, and I was like, I've just never thought about that. You never see it, and so I was like thinking like, okay, all right, I'm gonna make a bit about this. How does he do it? And then make up that own narrative, just like, well, here's how that would play out. And that's a great joke now. That's a good one.
Last question. Let's do it. What things do you consider to be relationship deal breakers?
I don't know. I just think of a huge pet peeve of mine. I'm a very punctual person, and if you're late all the time, that's gonna bother me. But if you make me late to something, I am irrationally upset about it. Like, I know, like, my reaction is like, it's like, I don't know if I'd be that upset about it, but I am just like, I'm so sorry we're late, but you know, so and so took his time getting, or this or that. There's no like, I get so mad about it if people are consistently just late, because it's disrespectful. And I don't mean like fashionably late to a party, but I just mean like, hey, brunch was at 12. You showed up at 12:15. You could have told me you were running late or anything. And like, it just, because it says so much. That derives of like, that's one quality that stems from other things that you're just like, oh, this has a bigger picture to it. So if that keeps happening, I definitely am like, all right, this isn't gonna work. And if a guy doesn't laugh at my jokes, I never get last. Like, I go on some first dates and I have some great icebreaker, like first date material, and like, I know I'm funny. All right, I'll just humbly, I know I'm funny. But if the guy is just like, doesn't get it, doesn't understand sarcasm, doesn't think it's funny, I'm like, well, this is not gonna last, because if you don't think I'm funny, you're gonna be annoyed as shit about me. So
I cannot see. I'm just trying to. You're saying that now about being late. I cannot picture you upset. Like how can you be upset? My God, I cannot see you picture you like upset, like mad with something.
I'm glad you can't picture it. At work and at my job, people are very like, you're always calm, you're always even leveled, we appreciate that, you know. And like, I tell them, I'm like, thank you, I keep that up, I do the best I can. If you ever see me not, things are really bad. Like, just know, like, that is the sign, that is the air raid horn of just like, oh, this is really bad if Patrick's not getting himself together too. So I appreciate that you recognize that quality, because I take a little pride in that, certainly.
So then that's okay. Let's play now the quick thinking game. So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Okay? Let's connect.
Right.
Let's connect.
All right, let's do it.
Right. Let's start with religion.
False.
Love.
Absent.
I was supposed to say false. Sorry.
Yeah.
Money.
Sure.
Family.
Yes.
Life.
Life? Laughter.
Sex.
Yes.
Politics.
Satire.
Friendship.
Necessary.
Desire.
Hot.
Regrets.
Common.
Success.
Goals.
Happiness.
Yes. I thought of goals, so I guess goals.
Okay. Wish.
Genie.
I'm a genie in the bottle.
Yeah.
Right. In the last one, comedian.
Patrick.
Perfect.
There it is.
course.
There it is. That's so conceited. What a narcissist am I?
Patrick, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely friend Luke, and I'm going to ask your lovely friend Luke. Tell me, what do you find the most beautiful thing about Patrick, and what he needs to improve on in your opinion? What do you think he would tell me?
So the beautiful thing he would probably say is that I can always make light and find laughter in situations and things. Like, you know, I hope he thinks he knows he can go to me to just like, hey, share the good news, share the bad news, share the whatever, and just keep me in the loop, and that knows that like I'll always, you know, be his best friend and can lift him up when needed and push him down when needed and all those things. What would he say that I need to improve on? I mean, he already thinks I'm perfect, so that's really hard. I gotta think. That wasn't a joke. I don't know why you're laughing. No, just kidding. What would Luke say that I need to improve on? This is a thinker. This is a thinker. I think Luke probably wishes that I liked dogs more.
Oh.
I'm not a huge fan. He has a dog, Ray, and then Ray has there's a bigger dog in their house, and I just think the dogs are annoying.
Oh my God. Again,
So
the dating? Remember the dating part?
Yeah, like I talked to my therapist about this because I don't have the thing. People love dogs, you know, like people go to the park and they see 100 dogs. They're like, I want to touch all 100 dogs. And I'm just like, I don't have that. And I asked my therapist, am I a psychopath? Because I don't have the thing. Like, I don't want to touch all the dogs. Like, I'm fine. They're busy. They're dirty. They're licking each other. Why would I want to do that? Why do I want hair all over me? I don't have the thing. I don't have it.
Okay. I believe that. Right, Patrick, let's play now Patrick and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question, okay?
All right. My question for you, I'm sure everyone asks you, I haven't watched all your videos yet, I'm sorry. But I'm sure everybody asks you, like, why did you start this? But I want to approach that differently because, you know, I think you do this because you have a genuine sense of wanting to get to know people. You want to explore artists and connect with people all over the world. And so I think, you know, that is something that is part of William. So my question for you is, did you find the box or did the box find you?
Oh, let me think about now. Oh, wow. I think the box found me. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
That interaction that I do over the, you know, I'm doing right now, this project, I always, when I go, always done. Or when I go on holidays with friends, when I go out with friends, when we get all together, in the end of the night or sometime, like naturally, genuinely, I go like, oh, tell me something interesting about yourself or define yourself in a positive way, this kind of interaction. So that's why. So I think the Magic Box came to me because of that, because of the reason. But I've been doing this interaction, like always been doing since I know myself. It makes sense, my answer?
That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I expected. That's not that. Sorry, I don't want to say it like that. But I had a feeling it'd be some cool reflection from you because I bet that it does reflect part of your personality. Like that's just who you are. I can see people. I've known you for 3 days, and you know over Instagram, and like you're already getting people to feel comfortable and feel welcome and talk about all these things. You ask some deep questions and some real thinkers. And if people didn't feel comfortable, they wouldn't be responsive or answering that. So that definitely reflects in your personality. And so I'm not surprised to hear at all that is your response. That's beautiful.
So I think that's a compliment.
Absolutely.
Patrick, I'll tell you something now. As I told you before, I was a bit intimidated in the beginning. You know, the interview was like, oh my God, you know, I'm going to talk to someone who's, first of all, he's a comedian. I'm sure he can take over the situation by easily can take over the situation. And I just started out, you know, and it's something that I'm learning every single day, you know, like being in front of the camera and talking, being whatever. But you made me feel comfortable. You made me feel through it just made me relax. It made me relax. And I thank you very much for that. Thanks for being sweet and kind as well. And just before you go, I know I will think about like ask you to do a joke or something, but you've done so many jokes for the interview that I would like to. I can see the guitar. It's a guitar behind you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know you like playing guitar. I've seen some of I was watching your. Would you mind to play a little bit if you still have time? Just a fine bit or your.
Sure.
I don't know if you're ready for that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're like, please stop.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thank you very much. Patrick, did you have a good time?
I had a great time. You're a lot of fun. We need to stay in touch.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being so kind and sweet and participate on my show. But just before you go, would you mind to share a positive quote, a positive message, something that inspires you in life?
So, you know, I joke about, like, I joked about Prozac and depression and things, but, you know, I'm a huge advocate for, like, mental health awareness and you know, combating the stigma behind that. And so the quote that I kind of live off of is, it's okay to not be okay. Because people think I can't be vulnerable, or I can't talk about, like, I'm depressed or I'm anxious or I'm this or I'm that, you know, I shouldn't feel that way, and they down on themselves, but it really just kind of compounds, and they need this the reminder of, like, look, it's okay to not be okay, like, it's okay to be in those places, you know, don't make it worse, like, get through the, you know, it's good to identify it and then come to terms with it and then try and find your way out of it, you know, but if you're going to sit there and dwell on, you know, just the fact that, like, oh, why am I feeling this way, something's wrong with me, you know, I can't fix this, and all the hopelessness with that, like, it's not necessary. And that comes from a lot of things. Like, those thoughts stem from, you know, childhood stuff, upbringing, you know, all these experiences, life, and so I just like the gentle reminder of, like, it's okay to not be okay. Honestly, you'll get through it, but don't beat yourself down because you're having those moments.
I agree with you. I remember one of the last times when I was feeling down for some reason. I was talking to a friend of mine. He told me exactly the same thing. He said it's okay not to be okay. It's, you know, it's part of the journey. So yeah. It's cool. Good point. Patrick, I really enjoyed. Thanks so much.
Sounds great. Thank you, my friend. I'll certainly make a video and send it your way.
It was a pleasure. Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
Keep in touch.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye, see you next time.